BamaInsider.com, Sunday, November 7th, providing you Pro Football Focus grade outs following Alabama's 20-14 victory over the LSU Tigers. Definitely the thumbs up, like, subscribe. As you can see, the grades are not what you're accustomed to seeing. I get it. Let's walk you through it. First thing we're going to look at is the total number of snaps. So as you can see, the total number of snaps represented in this column right here, Bryce Young, 64 snaps, all the way through Chris Owens. Clearly, those guys played the most snaps within the game. The grade is right here under offense. And Bryce Young's grade, 59.6 in this game against LSU, all the way down to a very concerning Chris Owens, who had a grade of 35.3. I'd never even seen a grade that low. To be honest, these other grades to the right, I can explain kind of more of those in a little depth, but I like to just look at the overall grade when we look at the Pro Football Focus grades. Again, Pro Football Focus is made up of former coaches who played at the highest level, coached at the highest level. They put together these grades after the game. They're kind of reference points. They're not the official grades from the coaching staff, but they do give us a gauge of where these players performed. So I want to get your feedback, and I know a lot of people ask me about the Pro Football Focus grades after each football game. The offensive line clearly needs to tighten up. I mean, Evan Neal, 66.4. Clearly, he's going to be the highest guy every single week when you look to Alabama's offensive line. Chris Owens in 64 snaps, 35.3. I think Chris Owens has had a tough season. He hasn't graded out the way that, we're accustomed to seeing these Alabama offensive linemen grade out. Emil Ekiyor, a guy with a lot of experience, 53.8. And then Damian George has got a lot of time coming in as Darian Dalcourt went out. Darian Dalcourt went out with the injury early in the first half of the game, and then Damian George came in, played at right tackle, 50.6 grade out. And I think a lot of those lower grades kind of contributed to the fact that Brian Robinson, Alabama only had 6 yards rushing or something like that. 61.1 wasn't B-Rob's best game, was never able to really generate much of a running game against the LSU Tigers. Jamison Williams, a grade of 76.7. Looks like that's the highest grade from the offense. As you can scroll down, you start to see the total number of snap counts all the way at the bottom. Trayshawn Holden got in 3 times, Robbie Oots 5 times, and so forth. Let's kind of zoom in real quick and look at Bryce. Overall, you can see that his Pro Football Focus numbers throughout the season have been really good. Against LSU, didn't have his best showing, but still, I think he was still productive, right? When you look to the things that Bryce Young does, I mean, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. I know that towards the end of the game, he fumbled, but without Bryce Young, they don't win this game. Without William Anderson, they don't win this game. We're going to move to the defense in just a second, but as you can see here are Bryce Young's grades throughout this season. I think we can actually pull up a little bit more detail on Bryce Young. There's another tab that they have that I like to kind of show when we look at these grades. Give me 1 second. It's not under passing concept. Might be under passing depth. Whatever the case, I think that the offense clearly didn't have its best performance. A lot of people calling for Bill O'Brien. A lot of people calling for Doug Marrone, Alabama's offensive line coach. Let's look at the defense. And, Saban came out and he said that the defense played a good game. He said that, the defense came up with stops when they needed to. And, I want to get your feedback inside the comment box as well. As you can see, total number of snaps. Kool-Aid, JaQuincy McKinstry started in place of Josh Jobe. Nick Saban said following the game that Josh Jobe was out with turf toe and that he could have played if he needed to, but Kool-Aid gets a start, 75 snaps, 67.5 grade out. William Anderson, pretty surprised to see his grade of only 80.3. I believe it is the highest grade within the defensive side, but I mean, William Anderson, the way that he played last night, the way that he's been playing this entire season, we can spot shadow William Anderson real quick and look at his overall grades. Right here, this means run defense, 90.4, and then overall defensive, 85.8. Look, our team writer, Tony Sokol, is calling him to be on the Heisman Trophy watch list. I have to agree with that. I mean, what he's been able to do this year for Alabama as only a sophomore has really been phenomenal. So 80.3, I would say that he probably, I don't provide the grades, but just watching the game with you guys, I think that William Anderson certainly would have had a grade as high as it can be just because he's that impactful. They don't have William Anderson. They do not win that game against LSU. Jordan Battle, 77.8. Thought he came up with a big stop, chasing down a wide receiver. Maybe got away with the call or two last night. Jordan Battle coming out with the grade in coverage of 84.6. Very important to look at when you look at these grades overall. Actually, the grades for the defense, to be honest, they're not that bad. Nothing really to, you don't see I guess when you look at DeMarco Hellams, there you go, 59.1. Malachi Moore, 59.4. So those are lower grades. But overall, you start to see more of this green, the darker green. That means that those guys played a little bit better, probably even better grades than I anticipated. Seeing the total number of snaps again, you can see that LeBron Ray got 11 down here. Tim Smith, 14. I thought we'd see more of Tim Smith this season, but maybe next year, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to get on real quick and provide these Pro Football Focus grades following Alabama's 20-14 victory over the LSU Tigers. Hope you like seeing this content. Definitely hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. You can catch us tonight at 6 p.m. on our call-in show with Mick Gillespie. Then we'll be back on Monday. Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com wishing you a great Sunday.